Naval warfare is combat on seas, oceans, or other major bodies of water. Naval warfare has been used for over 3,000 years. The first recorded battle took place in 1210 BC by the Asians. In World War I, the British Royal Navy was considered the dominant naval force. World War I naval battles were primarily fought in European waters. The naval war was generally considered a sideshow in World War I. Naval technology was based on the type of battleship that was used. Naval ships were commonly equipped with a radio telegraph. Germany became the first nation to effectively use submarines in naval warfare. But new tactics were continually evolving and seaplane tenders were starting to be used. The tenders carried seaplanes that were lowered to the ship by using a crane. This was done by the planes landing next to the ship and then being lifted onto the ship. Soldiers wanted an easier way to put the planes onto the ship, so landing decks were created. Landing decks were equipped with arrestor gear, which are cables across the ship used to quickly slow down an aircraft when it's landing. The first successful landings took place in October of 1918. The biggest naval battle took place in December of 1941 and is known as the Pacific War. This battle was fought between the Japanese and the Americans. The Pacific War included many famous battles, such as the attack on Pearl Harbor, the Battle of Midway, and the battle known as the Final Destruction. Many different types of vessels were used during the Pacific War. These included fleet carriers, which were carriers used in small fleets, light carriers, which were small aircraft carriers, escort carriers, which were slower and less armed but cost less to make and were quick to build, heavy cruisers, which were designed for high speeds and carried long-range guns, light cruisers, which were smaller versions of heavy cruisers, destroyers, which were fast and maneuverable and escorted larger vessels in a fleet, destroyer escorts, which were smaller and lighter armed versions of destroyers, battleships, which had extensive armor and carried large caliber guns, submarines, which were warships designed to be able to be completely submerged in the sea for long periods of time, and finally, aircraft. Naval warfare was traditionally direct combat between ships at sea, but with new technology, it has grown to a whole new level.